app. The spirit of Isle Royale. Isle Royale is the country's least visited national park, yet the most revisited. About 5 years ago, I explored the island for the first time. And just a few weeks ago, at the end of May, I had the opportunity to return and share the experience with all of you. I set off on an 8-day backpacking adventure with 3 other women. Our goals: to reset and tell the stories of a national park so remote, there's no cell phone service, Wi-Fi, or vehicles. It takes a ferry ride and a lot of planning to make a trip to Isle Royale National Park a success. It's not something you decide to do on a Friday and take off for on a Saturday, but it is special and worth the effort. Part 1 of my series, The Spirit of Isle Royale, living and breathing life, island life, dips into that magic from a woman who knows it better than most. We begin on the last full day of our trip in Rock Harbor. Meet Marina Alexander.
All the seaplanes come into this dock.
She's an administrative assistant for Rock Harbor Lodge, which means she does a little bit of everything, but her favorite title is boat captain. When she's not helping out at the lodge, marina, restaurant, or gift shop, she's running the island's fishing charters and water taxi.
Besides like the beauty and all of the fun things we get to do out here, the people, I really enjoy working with people and interacting with them.
At 25 years old, you could say Alexander grew up on the island. During the winter, her family lived in Kentucky, but every summer for her entire life, she's been here in the middle of Lake Superior with her parents who manage the property.
It was great. It was really cool. I have an older brother and older sister, and so growing up with them here was just incredible. I mean, this is our backyard.
And she's proud to share it, coordinating rooms at the lodge for visitors and offering her best tips on how to make a trip to Isle Royale a success.
I think people's anticipation from not being able to come this year to now is definitely very high. They're looking forward to it a lot.
So much so that the lodge, with its 53 rooms and 20 cabins, all boasting unmatched views, are full for the season. They're now booking into 2022. Beyond the park's backcountry campsites, Rock Harbor Lodge is the only lodging available on the island. And after a year with no guests, Alexander and the 60 other employees are anxious to get back to doing what they love.
When you're in the business of serving people and, there's nobody to serve, it's really weird, walking around on a Friday night when the restaurant should be just popping with people. And there's nobody. It's really weird.
During our visit to the island, Alexander took us on one of her spirited boat rides, full of Isle Royale history and stories that can only be told by someone who's living and breathing island life. We had spent 8 days looking for a greenstone. She found one in seconds. The Rock Harbor Lighthouse, we'd have missed it entirely. One of the most iconic structures on the island. And those rocks, illegal to remove from the island, by the way, and those structures, gems of Isle Royale, carried forward and preserved by a true island treasure. As for what the future holds for Alexander, she's taking things one season at a time. Tune in tomorrow for part 2, The Spirit of Isle Royale, planning, exploring, and reconnecting. Now that you've seen how we ended our trip, we go back to where it all began and how we handled the ferry rides, weather changes, and the challenges of disconnecting for 8 days. And Jennifer, I'm just so happy to finally be sharing this story with everyone. We've been working on it, and it's exciting to finally be here.
Such an amazing opportunity for you. So many cool things that you were able to see and so memorable. I can't even imagine also what it must have been like for her to be raised there and every summer. I mean, what a cool opportunity. That's rare and far and few in between, especially in Isle Royale.
Yeah, and it really shaped her into this beautiful human, and she is just so wonderful at sharing that beauty of Isle Royale and all of the history that she's learned over the years. It's really fascinating. Very neat to meet her.
So excited to see your next series tomorrow.